Hey guys, welcome to Baby Girl's World. Those who know what they're in for. Those who don't, stay tuned, bitch.
Gypsy Rose, the princess with power. Her knife launches over 2 feet, and when trouble strikes,
She can walk,
swap her wig, rule the day, and if things get tricky,
one get out of jail free.
Are you ready to play Bunny Rabbit? Is it time to play? Uh-oh. Give me that Bunny Rabbit. Uh-oh. You better give me that Bunny Rabbit, Papa. You can get Bunny Rabbit. This Mama's Bunny. This is Mama's Bunny Rabbit. You better give it to Mama. Baba. Tell everybody I love you 'cause you're my subscribers. And anybody new coming in, welcome to Baby Girl's World. If that isn't the most horrible southern accent you've ever had in your freaking life, I'm so sorry for that. I apologize. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I was actually trying to mimic the Gypsy Rose song that she made for Ken. I mean, I think that was a good motherfucker. That was a jam. I'm just kidding. Don't use AI to make a song if the fucking auto-tune is going to make you sound like shit. You know what I'm saying? If you sound like shit with auto-tune, don't do it. That's why you erased it, right? I bet. Okay. But I want to do this every video. I do a member of the video. I have members of my channel that new things are coming. And then I'm going to start vlogging for members only. I know I keep saying that shit. I got to get started. Okay? I'm sorry. I just am getting to be healed with my problem with my bone being broken in my tailbone. So I'm finally able to sit in my chair to do content. So how's everybody doing out there? How are you fur babies? I always love asking about the fur babies because the comments are phenomenal. Please tell me about your babies. I love it. I love reading the comments about all your fur babies. I truly do. And also, if you vibe, please like the video and subscribe if you are having fun with us. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. So, today's member of the video is Erin Lee, bitch. Oh. She's a member of the video, bitch. Oh. See, when you become a member and I shout you out, you get a song. That's who else does that on this platform? Does anybody else get a little jingle if they're a member? I don't know. I don't think so. And then we do 5 featured subscribers. I have Jay, May, I've got Amber, Nicole, I've got Rocket88, I've got Nugget Does Stuff, and I've got Fantasy You Can One Bit. Oh, you guys got a little song too. Oops, I forgot. I love to be goofy and sing. I'm sorry. Obviously, if you haven't figured that out, and I'm loud. I'm sure you figured that out too. I know. All right. 3-card tarot for Gypsy Rose to see what could be coming up for our goal. Or, it's not goal. Our locale, Miss Gypsy Rose. So, let's see. So, okay. Oops, I just fucked up my cards. Why did I do that? Okay. Now, we've got the 8 of Swords, okay, and the Deacon of Gemini. Oh, wow. Upright. So, she's having, there's been a lot of negative thoughts lately, which I believe are pertaining to the problems that she's having with Ken because he's not trusting her right now. There's trust issues. The emails came out, everything else. And so she's fearful of that. I believe this. She's got she's always got that victim mentality though, and that victim mentality kind of holds her down. Like the Eight of Swords are just like all around her. She feels encaged, and you know what I mean? Or those around her might having doubts about everything like that, and she feels like Ken's having doubts about things with her. Then we've got what is this? The Six of Wands upright. It seems like she's gonna stay persistent, though. She does have a lot of courage, and right now it's her faith, her relationship, everything's being tested. And I feel like she is either going to pass the test or fail. That's the only two options. There's no in between, you know? So she's got to also learn to maintain her boundaries with people and not get so involved in comments and stuff like that, which we'll talk about in a minute here. And then we've got the Justice card reversed. We've got she's feeling really guilty about the dishonest behavior. Okay? She's got to deal with the punishment for that. And the punishment is the lack of trust from Ken. You know what I'm saying? And then she always is going to have a lack of accountability, though. We just know that to be true because it's Gypsy fucking Rose. You know what I'm saying? She's never going to be accountable for anything she fucking does. Nothing. And that's, you know, her sociopathy and her NPD, I believe she has as well. Because let's just admit, the bitch is fucking one of a kind. So, have y'all, obviously you've heard the country song that she's played, and I will play it again because I do want to torture you guys a little bit in this. But isn't it so cringe? It is like the worst cringe fucking shit I've ever seen in my life.
Gypsy Rose just dropped a country love song for Ken. I'm serious. Take a listen.
I used to chase the wind while I'm free. Never thought love would come find me. But you walked in with that steady smile, and I knew I'd found my forever mile. Ken, you're the fire in my darkest night, of ours laughter.
Okay, so everything Gypsy Rose does is for a reason. Best believe that. I'm so genuinely confused because didn't she just say that Ken wasn't going to propose because there were trust issues? So, what is this? Oh, what is this? It's impulse damage control. It's acting like everything's fine after she said too much.
There's no morning light, two beating hearts and a baby girl's charms.
Two beating hearts. Do you know who doesn't have a beating heart?
I've got all I need right here in your arms. Little footprints on the hardwood floor, sweet lullabies I couldn't ask for all. Her tiny hand wrapped around my thumb. That's when I knew my ambling days were done.
Gypsy Rose would run away with men in the middle of the night from Dee Dee's house, but she couldn't run away from her mother. I'm guessing that's what rambling days mean.
Ken, you're the fire in my darkest night. A roar's laughter is my morning light. Two beating hearts and a baby girl's charms. I've got a day right here on yours. This old world may try to pull us apart.
I don't think it's the world trying to tear y'all apart. I think it's the facts and evidence of the case. I think it was the fact that GRB was talking to multiple men while she was in prison, supposedly with Ken. Or still talking to Ryan while she was with Ken. Like when she was postpartum and Ken and her were distant and she went to Ryan for comfort.
But love like ours is written on my heart. Through every storm we'll make it through. because my home will always be with you. Jim, you're the fire in the darkest night. Aurora's laughter is my morning light. Two beating hearts and baby gold charms. I've got all I need right here in yours. Yeah, I got all I need.
No, but really, I'm loving that she's proving her love to Ken. You know who else proved their love to Gypsy? Nicholas Godejohn. Yeah.
Right here in yours.
Okay, this was obviously an AI song. GRB said it's a little pitchy, but otherwise she loves it. What did we think of this? What are we thinking?
Like, why do narcissists seem to think that if they do something stupid like that, some silly little thing like that, it takes like absolutely no effort because she made it on AI. So, you know, it was like very simple to do. Okay. And so little to no effort in the things that they do, but they think that it's going to be like the tell all end all, whatever that saying is. It's going to rock their fucking world. You know what I'm saying? But it honestly doesn't have the effect that they expect ever. You know?
I don't want you to propose just because I'm your baby mama. And that's why I'm not pressuring him. When he proposes, if he ever proposes, that's because of his choice, and that will be the place that we're in at that time. No, I'm not wearing a ring. You should talk to Ken about that.
Gypsy said in a live yesterday that she's not pressuring Kenny to propose. But honestly, she's looking so desperate for the proposal that she even mentioned on a live the week before that we should ask Kenny why he hasn't proposed. People magazine put out an article the day after that saying that if Gypsy Rose ever got married, she'd definitely say yes. I don't know about you, but if I was the guy, I'd feel completely pressured and it would actually push me away further. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Gypsy is pressuring Kenny for a proposal, or do you think she's being nonchalant? Let me know.
Isn't it? She's trying hard. She's trying so hard. But Ken doesn't trust her right now. And there's no gaining trust back with a stupid ass AI song, Gypsy Rose. Come on. And then poor Ryan. Like, this is part of it too. I'm sure that Ken is fucking tired of this shit. Of you going after people in the comments and shit. You ash blonde 6 that you think nobody knows is you. Even though it's been confirmed. Gypsy Rose, it's been confirmed. But poor he goes on a podcast because, believe it or not, Gypsy Rose, Ryan has his own experiences and he has his own story that he's allowed to tell.
You guys, so Ryan Anderson goes on to the Sarah Fraser show and Gypsy Rose makes a fake YouTube account and starts commenting. It's absolutely hilarious. One of the funniest parts of this podcast, though, is he is talking about how he was attracted to Gypsy. And she asked him how did he first become attracted to Gypsy? And he says that she was in black and white stripes and she laughed and he heard her voice. He liked her voice. That everybody thinks that he pictured this shaved head and her in a wheelchair like her mom did to her. And that is not how he pictured her. He did not think that was cute. Here is Gypsy Rose and she goes off. She goes off. And I mean like back to back to back. In the comments too, it looks like she is the first one to comment on this and just going off. He is doing his normal sitting here and blaming Christy. Ken had a life in Texas, went and visited Gypsy when they broke up. Ryan, you need to stop blaming Christy for your problems with Gypsy. Ryan, hate to bust your bubble. You have, but Ken has been with Gypsy longer than you, and I'm sure they have been together more than you two. There is no need you have to even mention her name in reality. Her not doing the show must because you don't know what they are doing.
It's freedom of speech. That is stuff that he experienced, that he went through with you, and he has every right to express how it made him feel, how he, whatever. You have no right to get in the comments then and fucking freak out on him for the shit that he was saying. Like, it's not Christy's fault. Who cares? It's none of your business what he has to say about you.
I have nothing to be embarrassed about. I stood on business and I meant what I said. So, nothing to be embarrassed about. What's funny is embarrassing if I start releasing her text to me. That's what would be fucking funny. That's what would be fucking embarrassing. Believe me. That's what would be embarrassing. Just saying. Won't be long. I'm getting sick of this shit. Because all I did was tell the truth. It is sad that I'm the only one who hasn't betrayed her, and she treats me like shit. Yeah, I have nothing. Okay. I've proven that over and over again that I always have shit. I can tell you the story about last time she said when she called me. She doesn't want that story getting out either. So, just say it. When's the last time I talked to her? Like 2 weeks ago. So, but it's nobody's business. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. She's mad about the podcast. Is what it is. Tell y'all something. If she didn't care, she wouldn't release those texts. That shows me everything I need to know. Y'all don't know how people work sometimes. She wouldn't have released texts if she didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Think about that shit. Yeah. Okay. I'm not saying I do care. I'm not saying I do. What I'm saying is, if she didn't care, why would she release the text that I sent? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Why would it? Okay. Y'all just don't know how she works. But it's whatever. It's what she does. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. It's what she does.
For making videos about me trying to expose me, but I'm not being anything different. I'm still the same person. Katie Davis, thank you, sweetie. And I'm just asking, like, is like the TikTok universe getting tired of seeing me? Vote red, yes, blue, no. Like, if they're tired of seeing me, vote red, yes. If not, vote blue. Because I'm not gonna lie, I get on here all the time because, yes, it is great and I enjoy my people, but it is keeping me afloat too. But if I am hurting my overall image, then I need to quit. You know what I mean? Like, if people don't like me anymore, I don't know. Maybe I'm just down on myself, and I know it's probably pathetic, and that's fine. I've heard people have called me pathetic before, and it's perfectly fine. I've been betrayed before, so I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm just a fun jokester. Keep it on. I love Frenzy. Said, shh, I dig that. Misty Blue said, true, 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 red, red, red. Okay, Misty Blue, thank you. Thank you for being so heartless. But I did ask the question, so. Rebecca. No, I don't need them adjusted because your mama's coming over to take care of me, Rebecca. So, no, I'll be in a better mood later. Right? But thank you, Rebecca. Good God. You can't have a moment of asking questions because people then take advantage of it. Like, damn, I can't just be sensitive for a moment without somebody being an asshole.
None of your fucking business. Why are you paying any mind to it at all? This ridiculous, Gypsy Rose. Get off social media. If you see something like that and you feel the need to respond, just get away from your phone. Because responding is the absolute worst fucking thing you can do. And look at what you expect Ryan to just erase everything he went through with you. He was in love with you and you used him.
She doesn't realize that that's way more embarrassing for her than it is for Ryan. Because it proves we're right about her personality. She only fucking texts Ryan when she needs to feel good about herself because Ken doesn't give her that kind of attention. And Ryan has not betrayed her. And this is what he gets?
That is so hurtful. I've been through that. You are disgusting for that alone, let alone all the other shit you did. Mommy unaliver. Oh, she just makes me so fucking mad. So mad. Sometimes I can't even finish my whole video because I get so upset. So I need to... Okay. Can we do this? We can do this. And then on top of it, Gypsy goes and posts the text messages that Ryan sent her one night in the middle of the night. The man is hurting. Think about if Ken just fucking up and left you and got another woman pregnant and then said fuck you to you and Aurora. How would you feel? That's exactly how fucking Ryan is feeling right now. Used and abused and thrown away like trash. Because you think people are just fucking tools to get you through. And we're not. People refuse to be your fucking punching bag. Or your minion, basically. Your fucking cult following, Jim Jones. I mean, it's just fucking sick. And in some states, that's illegal for you to even fucking do. But again, that's the breaking news on the T on Gypsy Rose, okay? We're going to move on because I like to stay focused on what? Tell me. The case, right? So, we're going to move on and talk about that now. There's proof that Gypsy's always been the problem. Obviously, there's proof that Gypsy's always been the problem. She was a liar and a thief, even from the start, even from the beginning, like as a child, because Dee Dee, she was spoiled rotten as a child too. Her brothers and sisters have talked about it. Her mother spoiled her rotten and used her illnesses or supposed illnesses as a weapon so that Dee Dee didn't have to do certain chores. Dee Dee didn't have to go outside and play if she didn't want to.
Really was all about. That's when we realized Dee Dee's doing to Gypsy what Mom did to her.
When Dee Dee was born, my mom said that she came along with all these sicknesses, heart murmur and stuff like that.
My mom would always make us go play outside, and it was like, oh, well, your sister's not feeling good, your sister's got an upset stomach, she's got a headache, y'all go play outside, be quiet, leave her alone, you know. As she got older, Dee Dee couldn't get excited, Dee Dee couldn't jump around, she couldn't play outside, she couldn't overheat herself.
She was not allowed to assist with chores. If Dee Dee didn't want to do it, well, then she didn't have to because the heart murmur. It was used like a crutch for a long time. But Dee Dee was basically not as sick as it was to believe.
My mom smothered her. She didn't want her to grow up. She wanted to keep her young so that she would always have her to hold on to. Our bedroom was where all of us kids slept, but Dee Dee always slept with my mama. It's like she was her shadow. Always by my mama's side, always.
Yes, I get a boy.
That's your boy.
This mine too?
Your boy and your ring.
Hi, Mama.
Oh, wait.
How you doing, man? What's that, Mama?
Some green.
Some green. Green machine.
That's mine.
Say what?
We didn't get to go to college, but Dee Dee went to college. We didn't get a car when we were growing up. Dee Dee got the car.
That's what Daddy's fixing for her to go in tonight. Dino says she needs a new one.
We knew if you wanted something, you had to go out and earn it. But Dee Dee just wanted it and got it.
Dee Dee was into beauty pageants, and my mama went out and bought her the prettiest dress, the prettiest shoes. She was just all about the attention.
When my mom passed away, Dee Dee took it hard. You know, the person who babied her all her life wasn't there anymore.
Say hi.
But she still needed their attention. It didn't matter how, as long as it was coming.
I feel sorry for Gypsy. I feel sorry for the way she was raised.
Dee Dee was then also taught how to, con things out of people, how to be manipulative. I don't like to put that on her because she is, rest in peace, passed away.
Okay, so this is me reading what her family, Gypsy Rose's family, said about Dee Dee and her. So, here we go. There is so much I want to say being related to Gypsy, Mom's side. People assume that I am Team Gypsy, and that is the furthest from the truth. Do I love Gypsy? Of course, however, wrong is wrong. Let's start from the beginning. Yes, Dee Dee was 100% wrong, and she was taking advantage of people's kindness by lying and saying Gypsy was physically ill, which was a lie. Dee Dee has had mental problems since she was in her early teens. As a matter of fact, she was placed in a mental hospital for 60 days. You guys stop believing what you hear about or from Gypsy because she had many chances to escape from her mom. Gypsy has ran away from the age of 11. Gypsy said her mom wouldn't let her out of her sight, but the first time meeting Nick at the show, Gypsy went to the bathroom by herself and had sex with Nick in the bathroom. She went to the Walmart and stole a knife. She had every opportunity to get help. However, she never wanted help. She was enjoying the gifts, money, concerts, vacations, and etc. Gypsy learned from her mother to lie and take advantage of people's kindness. Do you really believe that Gypsy was in the bathroom as her boyfriend stabbing her mom? If so, she has you fooled. Nick stabbed Dee Dee 4 times, people. 4 times, not 17, but 4. Who stabbed Dee Dee 13 times? Shakes my head. His story isn't changing. Hers is. Gypsy used Nick to take the blame not to kill her mom because she was going to do that herself. But she did need help doing it, and she also needs someone to take the rap. Did you guys know that she shot her mom? She didn't know it was a BB gun. She really believed it was a real gun. She wanted her mother dead. Nick had no money to travel to kill Dee Dee, and Gypsy was, of course, buying him by sending him money for the bus. Gypsy also paid for a motel. She placed the knife and glove out on the porch. Did you know when she stole the knife, she stole 2 knives that was the same? Ask yourself, why would Nick need 2 knives? He didn't.
And again, I believe that she ultimately taught Gypsy what Gypsy knows. And so Gypsy moved on and started doing the con for her because eventually Dee Dee got really sick and I assume couldn't do much. So for the last 2 years of Gypsy being with her mom, she was even signing her own medical records. We'll talk about more of that later. But there was no control.
Gypsy Rose, you've been out here telling these people that your mama had a power of attorney on you, girl. But you messed up and gave your medical records away to a bunch of people. The messed up thing about our past is when you're not truthful, it'll always come back to bite you. Now, when Gypsy Rose was going to get the teeth removed, her mom was going to get a guardianship. You read this, it was not granted. A social worker was involved with this too, so make sure you read it. The social worker received a phone call from clinic manager stating that the patient and patient's mom had drafted a POA, power of attorney. Social worker spoke via telephone with patient's mom and attorney, Salavita Sloan, to clarify information. Patient's attorney stated that because patient has never been deemed incapacitated, he could not move forward with seeking guardianship. Patient's attorney stated that she believes a judge will not authorize guardianship because patient's cognitive delays are not severe enough to warrant it. As such, patient's mom has drafted a POA, but Gypsy Rose plans to sign consent for herself. Yeah, Gypsy Rose signed the document to get her teeth removed. She did it herself, not her mother. Now, here's the date right here, 2013. Gypsy Rose was signing her own medical care. She was about 21 at this time. But her teeth are another symptom of the microdeletion. A couple of months ago, I looked it up. It had something to do with the enamel or something not forming right. They literally become like brittle. They're just not strong. And if she wasn't taking care of her teeth, like she said she was sucking on a bottle, she said she was freaking using a sippy cup, all that's terrible for your teeth because you're sucking it straight back and it's sitting on these teeth. Literally no different than you giving a child a bottle who has teeth and letting them fall asleep with it in their mouth. And then all these teeth end up rotting. They need fucking caps. That's Gypsy Rose. They show the POA on her documentary too. And if you look at the fine print, it says in the event that Gypsy Rose becomes incapacitated and is unable to make her own medical decisions. That's the only POA her mom had, is in the event that something happened to Gypsy and she couldn't do it herself. I'm telling you, 3 things are gonna always come out, honey. The sun, the moon, and the truth. Hey, this is all alleged, entertainment purposes only, and well, the rest, that's Gypsy's medical records telling on that.
It's just so exhausting telling her story over and over, but I gotta make sure, I gotta see that it gets out there to the right people. I hope one day I send my videos and emails and all that stuff to all these different places, and I'm hoping One day, maybe somebody watches one. We'll see. But like I said, Dee Dee's mom got her started in everything. And then how did Dee Dee feel that her daughter should be raised? Obviously spoiled rotten, which is what she wanted to do. But then Rod up and left her ass and went off doing whatever with a whatever bitch. He started dating Christy, and that betrayed Dee Dee even more because that was her friend from a job she had. They were still working together. That's bullshit. You fucking home wrecker. You're a home wrecker, Christy. How dare you? And then the first fucking things that you say to Gypsy Rose after she unalives her own mother. I'll be your new mama, baby. Don't worry. What? Are you insane? Who says something like that? I would have said, Gypsy Rose, you unalived your own mother. I, right now, don't want anything to do with you. I'll let you know if I do. But you know what they saw? They saw dollar signs. They knew this fucking shit was going to make some money. And they wanted to stick around for the fucking reward. Let me tell you that. It was like she could see it a mile away. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm like so fucking lost in my own world. I probably would never have even put to it. No, I probably wouldn't. But at the same time, I don't give myself much credit. You know what I'm saying? Her mama was fucking going insane, blaming the neighborhood kids because she thought the neighborhood kids were taking her mail out of her mailbox and stealing her gift cards from family and friends for Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose the actual thief the whole time that her mother was worried about? Because Becca Scoops just shared this clip from the case file, and I noticed something interesting. In this, the police had interviewed this lady named Jane, and Jane is saying that Claudinia, who is Gypsy's mom, Dee Dee, complained that she was not receiving her gift cards and money sent to Gypsy by family friends. She goes on to say that Dee Dee thought that it was local kids taking these things out of the mailbox. And there is another clip where it says like Dee Dee had become paranoid because of this and other things. But I would like to take y'all back to this interview done by Anne, who lived next door to the Blanchards for 7 years. In this interview, Anne says how she always seen Gypsy in a wheelchair. But she also says there were times we saw her on a daily basis. She was supposedly feeling good. She would come out and check the mail in her wheelchair. She never talked much. She had a feeding tube and everything. So Gypsy was the one actually checking the mail. Which leads me to believe Gypsy was checking the mail, hiding the mail that had money or gift cards in it, and not telling her mother, and Gypsy is the reason her mother was a paranoid wreck. Which would show even more that Gypsy has always been the problem and always manipulated things because she was letting the local kids take the blame for that when she was likely the one taking the damn mail to begin with.
No. Gypsy Rose was the one going out in her little wheelchair, going to the mailbox, and she was the one that was stealing those gift cards. And allegedly she did, because we can't say for sure, but when puzzle pieces fit with Gypsy Rose, they fit. Because, like, we found gift cards, they was in the crime scene photos even. So I put two and two together. Other people have put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? And there's even little notes on the back of a couple of the cards, too, that you would assume was from family, obviously. Because I think one of them even said from your uncle or whatever. I don't know. She just made her mother a nervous fucking wreck, though. Made her mother accuse kids in the neighborhood, and she didn't give two shits. That right there is a telltale sign of a sociopath. Totally. No feeling at all for how she just affected those people, including her own mother. So it's like no wonder Dee Dee had heart issues, Gypsy Rose. You were fucking putting her through the ringer. And then Gypsy Rose also lied to her friend Aaliyah. She told her about a crock of shit. And Aaliyah, you could tell, was having real feeling about losing her friend. She cried and everything.
So, hey, next are a couple videos about Gypsy Rose's ex-besties versus Aaliyah, and then another friend was spoken about that did an interview with Audrey. Bitch, you gotta check it out. I'm playing it next. Shut up.
I really thought I was really close to them.
State of Wisconsin versus Gypsy Blanchard.
Prosecutors charged Gypsy Blanchard and Nicholas Godejohn of Waukesha County with killing Dee Dee, then posting profane comments about the murder on Facebook. Woodmansey says she and Gypsy secretly communicated on Facebook.
Her mom was very set on Gypsy having the mentality of a 7-year-old and didn't appreciate me talking to Gypsy like someone my age.
Detectives are now investigating if Dee Dee faked her daughter's illness for money. The family got medical airlifts, Disney travel, and free housing over the years because of Gypsy's supposed disabilities. Woodmansey says Gypsy feared her mother would find out she wanted a different life. She used the secret screen name Emma Rose and confided her plan to marry Godejohn, whom she'd met on a Christian singles site 2 years ago. Quote, "He's my soulmate."
Those things were okay for the fairy tales and movies and things like that, but not for Gypsy. Gypsy was her pristine, innocent doll, and she wanted nothing to tarnish that.
November 13th, 2014, 9:33 p.m. Hey Aaliyah, your mom went off on a neighbor about those rumors. Please tell me you didn't say anything about Facebook. Your mom was saying, oh, my daughter said, Gypsy said she couldn't be friends with her daughter. Now I gotta come up with something. What did you tell your mom? Best I can think of is I told Destiny, and Destiny told you, then you told your mom. All I know is I don't want to get in trouble. Help me, sis.
This message came weeks after the last messages between Gypsy and Aaliyah, which creates questions. Why did Aaliyah tell her mother what Gypsy told her? Why did Aaliyah's mother go to the neighbors rather than Dee Dee when the concerns were A. Dee Dee's health was seriously failing, B. Gypsy had a secret relationship with an unknown man behind her mother's back, and C. Gypsy was planning to expose her and Dee Dee to a stranger at a movie theater without warning her mother. How did Gypsy find out that Aaliyah's mom was talking to the neighbors? Why was it okay for Gypsy to talk to Destiny, but not to Aaliyah? Why did Gypsy feel the need to conduct the flow of information that had already traveled back to her?
Someone sent me a video from Audrey. Now, I don't know who Audrey is, so I went to her page and I found out that she covers a lot of Gypsy Rose content. Now, she interviewed someone that allegedly grew up with Gypsy and knew Dee Dee. Now, throughout this interview, she referred to Dee Dee as Aunt Dee Dee, and she found out about her passing through the infamous Facebook post, like everybody else did. Now, when she learned about Gypsy being missing or abducted, she said that she didn't think that that was possible. And if Gypsy was gone, it was because she left on her own accord. After she finds out that Dee Dee passed away, she calls her mom to give her the news. And then her mom calls her people that she knows in the bayou to find out what is going on, because they know that news travels faster in the bayou. It's then that they find out that Gypsy actually did leave on her own. And they thought that the cops and the media had the information wrong, because they were saying that Gypsy was in a wheelchair, and they knew that Gypsy could walk. They also knew Gypsy's real age, and they saw that the media was portraying her to be much younger than what she was. Now, as far as she knew, and as far as the people in the bayou knew, Gypsy didn't need the wheelchair as much as the media portrayed her to be, like wheelchair bound. And also, she tried to speak out about it, but people were telling her that she had it wrong. She says that Dee Dee and her mom were best friends, and they hung out a lot, and Gypsy and her played together while their moms ran errands and things like that. And she also said that Gypsy loved attention, whether positive or negative. She said if Gypsy did something bad or negative, she would blame somebody else for her wrongdoings, and she would lie on people all the time like that. I found it interesting that she also said that Gypsy didn't find pleasure from blaming other people for her wrongdoings, but she did feel a sense of relief. She said it was hard for Gypsy to keep up with the other children, and that Rod, she didn't really know, but she knew that Rod was her dad. She said that Dee Dee kept a close eye on Gypsy because she was sick and she couldn't keep up with the other kids, and she didn't want Gypsy to get hurt. She said that Dee Dee and Gypsy had a toxic, codependent relationship. And she says that although Dee Dee might have intentionally kept Gypsy sick, that would be greatly exaggerated. But on the flip side, She believes that Gypsy could have walked out of that house. She had access to phones, internet, people around them, and she could have asked for help instead of offing her mom. She doesn't think that Gypsy offed her mom because of a man, but she does think that if she could have ticked off a box in the pro column, she would, and that she did things that she wanted to do. She also doesn't believe that Gypsy was medically abused, but she also doesn't believe that she was as sick as they portrayed her to be. She finished it off by saying that she had no bad memories of Dee Dee, and that Dee Dee was very kind, and she gave some of the squeeziest and best hugs. Comforting hugs is what she said. But what do you guys think? Do you believe that she truly did know Gypsy and Dee Dee? And do you think the things that she said is true? I don't know either way.
Gypsy Rose, she didn't give two shits. She was ready in the interrogation room to laugh and act like Aaliyah didn't mean shit to her. How awful. And there Aaliyah is doing an interview crying over your stupid ass. And you have no feeling at all. See you next Tuesday. I swear to God. Gypsy Rose is just a manipulative liar, and she will always be one. She could fucking do, motivational speaking on how to fucking be a diabolical bitch. I know that makes no sense. I'm just pissed.
Breaking news, you guys. Breaking news. This just in. I have heard about some new evidence coming out from the Into the Weeds podcast, bitch. Oh my God. You gotta hear this.
Gypsy Rose is freaking out. There are over 200 case evidence videos that are about to drop. A creator paid for these out of her own pocket through the Freedom of Information Act. And these are never before seen. Creators have done this before. Most recently, Into the Weeds podcast released over 1,000 pages of Gypsy Rose's private prison emails. Additionally, briefs from Nicholas Godejohn's appeal, where we saw that Gypsy Rose had sent him over 100 videos, which were mainly of a smeg nature. This is where we learned Gypsy Rose was utilizing a toothbrush, and she wasn't brushing her teeth with it. These videos were mainly scripted towards Nicholas. It was the other way around from what she has said, that Nicholas sent all of these videos to her, which proved Gypsy Rose was the one doing the grooming. These are expected to drop within the next couple weeks, I guess, and Gypsy Rose is losing her. She did not expect people to care enough about this case. But creators are putting the facts out there, and the facts and evidence speak for themselves.
And she even told her neighbor about her micro deletion. It's in text messages. All of that stuff could have been found out, but she was given that plea deal. That got her out of everything. Everything being found out. Or like her lawyer said, she'd be rotting in fucking prison right now. Where she should be, honestly. I want you guys to see this video here by Becca Scoops, because I agree wholeheartedly with this one. Gypsy Rose, you're sick. You're fucking sick. You're a vile human being with no remorse, no feeling. You mimic feelings because you don't know how to feel. You know what I'm saying?
This one. Gypsy was aware of the scams. And why this is big is because remember when Gypsy got arrested and in subsequent interviews, in subsequent documentaries, Gypsy says, I didn't even know about the abuse. I didn't know. She says, like when you're being abused, but you don't know you're being abused. That's like a direct quote. And then she says, I didn't know because I didn't know about the abuse. I didn't know about the scams. I didn't know about any of this. Right? I was just this ignorant 23-year-old who didn't know anything. Oh my gosh, what do you mean my mom was scamming? I didn't know that. All right. Well, yes, she did. And we all kind of figured she did. But here's the concrete evidence that she did. All right. Question. This is, again, the questioning of the psychologist who had done extensive interviews with Gypsy's co-defendant, Nicholas Godejohn. Question. Well, in your report, the psychologist report, didn't you document that Mr. Godejohn, the defendant, told you that Gypsy Blanchard told him her mother organized fundraisers and solicited donations? Answer. Yes. Question. And his analysis, the defendant's analysis of that, was that her mother did that to scam people and make them feel bad because she couldn't walk. Answer, yes. An accurate perception? Answer, well, I think that's what Gypsy told him. He learned that from Ms. Blanchard. He learned from Ms. Blanchard that she could walk about 1 year after they began their online relationship. Correct? Yes. Question. And he indicated he thought it was bizarre that her mother would not allow her to walk in public. Correct? Yes. All right. Now.
So, are you sure you want us to keep looking at this? Are you sure you want all these to come out?
You looked at your mother every single fucking day for over 2 years while you was planning to unalive her. That's sick. That is so sick. I could never do something like I couldn't watch my mother on a daily basis and get affection and love for my mother and then think about how I'm going to take her life one day and be serious about it, because obviously you were serious about it. You know, you didn't know that gun was a BB gun, even though you lied in that podcast that you. Oh, I knew it was a BB gun. Shut up. And also, you told Nick that his own mother deserved to die because of what he did to your mother. And you even said in that email, he took my mama from me. Bitch, you fucking told him to. You knew you had him wrapped around your finger.
This next clip is Nick Godejohn months before being asked to unalive Gypsy Rose's mother. And then there's another clip of Nick's mother being questioned. She speaks about how much Nick loves Gypsy Rose and would do anything for her. Do you see what I mean?
Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Obviously you can leave messages, comments, whatever you want to say. I really don't care what you guys have to say. If it's something good, it's your opinion. Don't really bother me. I'm just here to entertain. Anyways, let's get this actual show on the road. And by the way, the actual name of this album, just for everyone knowing, the name of the new album is actually called In Waves. Anyways, enough chat, let's get this going. And hopefully y'all like this.
Police explained to Nick's mother just how much he loves Gypsy.
He knows what he's done is wrong. Yeah. He knows that, he says that he would have never hurt anyone if it wasn't for Gypsy. Absolutely. And his love for Gypsy. He says she wanted him to do it. Oh my God. But he's doing fine. He cried a lot today when I spoke with him briefly. I had to tell him about the warrants and stuff, and he cried a lot. Not necessarily about the charges. He's like, okay, he appears okay with that part of it, but the part that he's never going to see Gypsy again or you or whatever.
So she amazingly got in his head pretty well,
So those things he's struggling with, I tried to explain to him everything I could. He took great comfort in knowing that I'll be where he's going in Missouri, because he says that way he could reach out and talk to someone, and I will. Absolutely. I am a detective, I am law enforcement, but I also am a mom, and I have a heart, and he's going to be there, and if he wishes to speak with me, he just fills out a little form. I explained all that to him, what he needs to do to talk to me.
Okay.
You knew what you were doing. That was all you. He would never have come over there and done that to your mother without you making it. Oh, I'm sorry. Your mom spoiled you rotten while you plotted her demise. How wonderful is that? You know what I'm saying? Now you're on fucking Cameo. Shame on you, Cameo. That's what I have to say about that. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Bullshit glasses. Fuck you, Cameo. You need to be ashamed of yourself. You made me put on the bullshit glasses. Now I'm pissed. Damn. And then you guys see that live stream? She was all animated. I got veered off the case again, didn't I? Damn it. But I'm serious, though. She's all animated in this fucking live stream. What are you, bonding with Kennard and doing a little snow cane? Huh? I wonder. And it's like, doesn't she have an open CPS case? So why is she fucking doing this?
Okay, so Gypsy Rose is officially in damage control mode, and people are seriously worried over her past couple of live streams. In these live streams, we've seen a very different Gypsy, hyper erratic, jaw clenching behavior we've never really seen before, where she called Dee Dee a POS mom, saying she didn't care if she was in heaven or down there.
I'm sorry, she was a con artist and she was a shit piece of mom. Like, she was not a good mom. And her judgment is going to come from God.
But very recently, there was a live stream where people suspected rug use. After creators pointed this out, made videos, GRB came on to say that it was an antidepressant. Well,
where are all my antidepressant girlies? So I have been on Wellbutrin for the last month, and so far it's been going really good. But like when I first started taking it, I felt like a huge burst of energy. I would get up at like 6 a.m., clean the house, had a lot of energy throughout the day. And now that I have been on it for, the month, it's in my system now, and now I've kind of seen a decline in that like energy. It's been a great mood stabilizer.
She was a con artist and she was a piece of mom.
So what I meant by Wellbutrin has side effects.
Makes her very hyper, but she also said that the symptom wore off about a month ago. So that doesn't really track. This happened while Ken was MIA for about a month. It's suspected he was in rehab, especially after a live stream where he most certainly, allegedly, was doing something that has to do with snow. There's also speculation it was due to drama over the FOIA emails. But GRB insists everything's fine, even saying she's living a clean and sober life, which points to she had a problem with alcohol. We did see her going to a lot of bars once she was off of parole. Well, really, while she was on parole the day before, she was seen at a place where the ladies dance. I mean, this is all alleged, even though several people claimed they saw her there. This new narrative just feels really confusing. Her fans are very worried, even her detractors, seeing how there's a baby at home. Not only that, but she had a recent open CPS case, and it's unclear if it was ever closed. The behavior, the damage control, none of it lines up. What are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments. And of course, everything is for entertainment and is allowed.
That's another thing. And then she posts on her TikTok story, prison was easy. Real life is so hard. Then go back. Please, by all means. We don't want you out here. We would rather you be in there. Yeah, and also to further, like I wrote here, to further corroborate the gift card allegations, they're in the crime scene photos. So, how else or why would you have gift cards that are signed in the back from family and friends if you weren't the one stealing them from the mailbox? And why couldn't you come clean so that your mother could go apologize to the neighbor kids after accusing them of doing such a thing when they didn't do it? You don't care. Not you, right? I agree with Vicky on her backup page. Ken, Christy, all of you, her sister, you guys need to be sleeping with one eye open. Try to sleep with both eyes open if you can. Because you guys might be fucked soon. She might be getting to that point. You never know. A murderer is a murderer. I don't believe they change. I believe that that's always going to be in the back of her head that that's an option. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding you. But now she's erased the song off of TikTok. Thankfully, I downloaded it before you could erase it, bitch. She probably embarrassed the hell out of Ken, and he said, "Take that shit down right now. What are you fucking thinking?" Oh. She's been lying the entire time, guys. I mean, right after the unaliving of her mother, she gets on the phone with her daddy and lies immediately. You know I wouldn't do that to my mama. You know I love my mama. Bitch. No, nobody but yourself. You lived with that woman your entire childhood up into your early 20s. And you didn't have any love for her at all that stopped you from wanting to do this. And that's part of the reason that I know you'll reoffend. And it will be somebody close to you. If you don't kill him, you're going to do something. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that. And Ashley Baby was right saying Gypsy Rose can lie like that on a fucking whim. She has no problem with it. And she can come up with a story like nobody's business. It's fucking crazy. And it just proves more that her NPD and her sociopathy work very hard to keep her delusion. You know? And how dare you, though, Gypsy Rose, to say this shit about your mom? She spoiled you fucking rotten, dude. Spoiled you rotten. Took you on trips. Got you everything you could ever want. And you're going to sit there and act like you were abused. You didn't have shit. You're a liar, Gypsy Rose. A fucking liar. She even risked her own freedom to give you the fucking life that she thought you deserved. And apparently, she shouldn't have done anything. The life that you deserved was you should have been swallowed. She was worried sick about you, taking you to doctors, trying to figure shit out, because the microdeletion wasn't figured out until 2011. So therefore, all of your medical procedures were warranted. Every single fucking one. In fact, for the last 2 years, you were the one signing your own medical records, like I said. And you were the one that agreed to have your teeth done. All of it, Gypsy Rose. And you know damn well you didn't have any freaking chemotherapy. How dare you get on fucking television and tell people all over the world that you had chemo. You did not. You did not. And still to this day, instead of trying to be there for her daughter, she's in her grave. And you know what, though? Christy's your new mama. Fuck off. Gross. You guys are sick. If the smell of vomit had a name, it would be Gypsy Rose. And even your attorney, your defensive public defender at that, fucking lied for your ass. And is still working with you. So what kind of relationship did you have with him? I wonder about that. You're disgusting. Anyways, guys, I gotta get out of here. I got other videos to make, and I don't want to get burnt out talking about this bitch. Because as you can tell, she gets me heated. I can't help it. It's so hard not to. I'm sorry. Really, truly. But I love you guys. And remember, things are not always what they seem. Have a good day, night, morning, whatever.
Things are not always as they appear.